As of 1st of February, 34 countries in the world have expressed their interest to join BRICS. Now, this is confirmed uh, as of 1st of February after Saudi Arabia has joined BRICS, because there was a lot of back and forth that Saudi Arabia might not join BRICS as because there was a delay when it was supposed to join actually in January, just like the rest of 4 countries. It did not join. But after that, now there are in total 34 countries have expressed their interest to join BRICS. Hello, I am Mahlet, Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. I'm very sorry about my voice, really, my apologies, but I have to be here, to bring topics and agendas that matters to Africa, globally. So let's get into it without further ado. These are the 34 countries that have experts. The names are not actually disclosed, but as I said, Saudi Arabia joined on Wednesday, and now it's not officially part of the emerging economies grouping. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia induction into BRICS has caused developing countries to express their interest in joining the alliance. Now, what makes BRICS special is that it's attracting more and more developing countries because they want to cut their ties with the US dollar. Now there is a the mounting US dollar debt that they owe to the US on and to the international financial institutions, and not only the debt but also the amount of sanctions that they are facing because because maybe the US do not like the regime or this and that, because the US just don't want to give you the money or to lend you money. You have to, first of all, the puppet leader, a leader that obey to the US has to be on the position. If that's not the case, they gonna, pressure you and torture the country from left and right. That's what's happening now. If the BRICS alliance convinces the majority of developing countries to settle trade in local currencies, which is happening already, the US dollar will be the hardest hit currency, and many sectors in the US, including banks, insurances, the tourism, the IT section, all the tech section, everything, literally, the US will be crippled if this, BRICS becomes successful. Now, to know how many sectors in the US will be affected, you can go to the guru site, watcher.guru, and you can see how many sectors in the US will be affected. Now, this was expressed, meaning a total of 34 countries joining BRICS was expressed by the foreign minister of South Africa, Naledi Pandor, but she did not say the name. But we all know, the biggest economy, like countries like, for example, from Africa, we have Algeria, and Nigeria will join. These are the predictions. And Pakistan, also there's the biggest opposition from India, but Pakistan might join as well. And also from Latin America, we have countries who are lined up to join BRICS, like countries like Mexico. Now, the interest in joining BRICS alliance is in fact growing. Now, this was just on the eve of 2024. We have been saying more than 20 countries and then 30 countries. Now it reached 34 countries. Now, by the time BRICS is holding its summit in October in Russia, because Russia is now the chairman of BRICS, then it will be, more and more countries have joined. I don't know, maybe this will be double. We never know. Maybe we will see even, there are European countries, by the way, again, South Africa's ambassador to BRICS have expressed it, and we have came here and we have analyzed it. They have not said which European country which European country will join BRICS, but there are, they have kept it in secret. Maybe there are expressions, that the European countries or members of the European Union will join the bloc now, and even countries from the G7. Who knows now? The interest is definitely one fact is that it's growing, and what is attracting to these developing countries more and more who are expressing to join BRICS is that BRICS itself is ahead of the changing of its financial dynamics, encouraging for countries to trade, to transact with their local currencies, and to bring gold as a backup, to bring different alternatives to ditch as possible as as much as possible to ditch the hegemony of US dollar and euro for that matter. Now the paradigm shift could uproot the US dollar's global hegemony and challenge the traditional financial order controlled by the West, and that's exactly what they want. Now the BRICS bloc aims to replace it with a new world order to operate a multipolar world, and this is one attractive center for them. It's no more that the Western countries dominating, it's a multipolar world. That's exactly also what attracts countries to join it. Without the US dollar, multipolar world without the US dollar. Now, therefore, the coming years will decide the fate of the US dollar, where developing countries are putting local currencies first. The next decade could be different, where the US dollar will have to fight to protect the global reserve status. Do not be surprised if the US creates conflicts here and there, because their own analysts are even coming on media and saying the hegemony of US dollar, it's that era is coming to an end, and we know that US will fight by every means. The main thing is, to make it for the countries to be committed and to make it possible, and show that these Western countries have nothing but to accept the reality of a multipolar world. Now I want to go and quickly and share with you one other fact regarding BRICS. I want to update you with that. Just give me a second. Now, this is something that I discovered as well. Now, BRICS now, as of now, control 47% of global oil, and then US oil, look at it, just 2.1%. Okay, 2 points. This is another. Now, I like this one. Now, this is BRICS Plus. We used to see now in more of the internet, BRICS. When we type BRICS, the image you get is those flags of 5 countries. But now you see these are 10 countries who have joined BRICS. Now, Argentina, this one has to go out because Argentina is no more part of BRICS. But you see Egypt, Ethiopia, this is new addition. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, this one, and then United Arab Emirates. You see, who else is new? These are all the new ones. And Iran, yeah, that's what I forgot. And these 5 are the old ones. Now, this is called BRICS Plus. Now, let's get to the news, okay? Now, Saudi Arabia officially joined the BRICS, okay? Now we want the fact that the 47% of the US how yeah, so unfortunately maybe it's not part of this, but the fact that Saudi Arabia is joining inclusion now, Saudi Arabia officially joined the BRICS alliance on Wednesday, becomes the first large oil producing country to enter the bloc. Now, BRICS initiated a power move with Saudi Arabia's inclusion, as they now control nearly half of the world's oil output. The development puts the US prospectus in peril, as America only holds a fraction of oil compared to BRICS. The stakes are high, and if BRICS start accepting local currencies, which it is, by the way, for example, I can tell you, India and Tanzania have transacted in their own local currencies. Tanzania is not part of the BRICS. Even when they transact outside of the BRICS members, they do transact in their own currencies. Saudi Arabia and India as well have closed the deal using their own currencies. Now the stakes are high, and if BRICS start accepting local currencies for oil payments, the US dollar will simply be plummet. That's how it's expressing it. Now, the ball is now in the BRICS courts, and their next decision could make or break the prospects of the UA. I mean, it's really, really close. I really don't think even we have to wait for October to reach, what's going to happen for BRICS in 2024. It's already happening. It's already happening. After those 5 countries have added officially, they have made the first summit, in January in Moscow, and then the bigger summit will be, where they invite those who join and not joined in October, end of October, again in Russia. Now, there's also another fact I want to I want to bring to you, where China is about to lead the global charge to ditch US dollar. As you remember, so many times I have come here, to talk about it is this close for BRICS, whether it's going to be yuan or they're going to pick a new US dollar, a new BRICS currency, we don't know. But most of the assumptions are that it will be yuan. Now, China do not want to say it because it's in competition with India, and but the two countries that did not approve it so far are, say, regarding with the BRICS currency, out of the 5 are, it's 2 countries, which is China itself and then India. Now, how is China now persuading countries to pay in yuan? Now let's look this news again from BRICS. Okay, now as you can see the title, China to lead global charge to ditch US dollar in 2024. Now, BRICS has its foot on the gas to ditch the US dollar in 2024. Definitely, that will happen. But what will be the reaction from the Western countries? That's, from our experience, you can imagine that BRICS have to prepare. Now, as it says, BRICS has its foot on the gas to ditch the US dollar in 2024 and use an alternative. And China is leading the charge. The entire bloc has a focus on de-dollarization in 2024 with the development of BRICS and local currencies, as well as expansion, all contributing to the cause. However, during the opening months of 2024, China has been at the forefront of the backing up the talk of BRICS ditching the US dollar. But now China wants it to be approved by others. Now, due to its tensions with the West, this is exactly what due to its tension with the West, as well as growing sanctions between the US and its compatriot nations, China has looked to ditch the US dollar altogether in 2024. Just a week ago, reports from the Atlantic Council showed that China is now settling a half of its trade in the Chinese yuan. In turn, Russia has agreed that ditching the US dollar is a top priority this year. This is what Vladimir Putin has expressed, and it supports China's recent efforts. Now, China not only making it an agenda, but also it's coming now to Africa. It has a lot of trade relation and talking with African countries to settle their debt, first of all, to pay it in yuan, and then to transact the trade in yuan as well. And now this is very strategic. This is very less for the African countries from what they pay in US dollar. So they definitely will accept this proposal, and you will see them completely, flocking to this implementation. Uh, Now, China is already inspiring other countries outside of BRICS to ditch the US dollar. This is what I said. In Africa, it's coming. China is pushing some nations to trade in the Chinese yuan instead of USD. Just what I told you. I didn't even go through this. I know the titles. I just wanted to share with you. Now, this is in turn will reduce repayment of debts in the US greenback. And this is a very strategic, and this is what it make all the African countries and even beyond Africa to accept it. If it's less, why not? Because the debt is repaying the debt is what is crippling the economy of Africa. The countries are cannot stand by their 2 feet because every time they find themselves in that vicious circle of paying the debt and the debt, and they cannot inject the money, the loan that they took to their economy, to the infrastructure, to various development programs that they put every year. They cannot do it. They just find themselves tied up, and there's no alternative. Again, they have to go and knock the door of the US and those financial institutions, which they are anyway run by the US. Now, let me just finish this with you. Throughout the last year, the BRICS Economic Alliance experienced notable growth. We have seen it even here in our little platform at Connect Africa. We update you every time, or just like the Sahel states regarding BRICS, and you have seen how much growth it has, experienced. Now, with more countries expected to join BRICS Plus in 2024, its current nations are crucial in pushing the agenda of de-dollarization. Hence, China is taking charge of ditching the US dollar in 2024. Russia spearheaded the BRICS de-dollarization plans after Western sanctions were imposed following the invasion of Ukraine throughout 2023. Trust me, each and every country in that BRICS, whether they are founding members or whether they are new additions to BRICS or whether they are in line up expressing their interest to join BRICS, each and every one of those countries are the victim of the US sanctions imposition against them. They have experienced it, and Russia is in the forefront experiencing that, and African countries are in the forefront. The sanctions they impose whenever they have the Pan-African leader. Look what the Sahel states are facing. Look, they have to pull out themselves from the regional bloc. From now, they will also pull out from the African Union if the African Union do not correct itself, and they will join BRICS, and BRICS will be that place. You can go and repair or recover, and you will be welcome. You will be seen as an equal, like a makeshift like a makeshift tent, but it's not something that you will change it afterwards, but it's a makeshift tent, but forever, for permanently. That's how I see it. You've got an alternative that they're imposing you with sanctions and torturing you and bullying you. All the countries, you may be from whichever country you are, unless you are part of those Western nations led by the US. I am pretty sure that your country is facing, from the Western hegemony financially. So we all really want this BRICS to be strong. I wish the African Union is strong in that way, but we just have to use the opportunity and the window we have, and BRICS seems the better option, and hopefully the African Union can take a lesson. Sometimes you have to see that somebody else doing it because of the powerfulness of this Western nation, that you might think you cannot get it out, you cannot get out of that way. But for one to see this is possible, it might encourage as well the African Union to push its economic freedom agenda, the Agenda 2063, those flagship projects, the African Continental Free Trade Area. I mean, we are pioneering in terms of ideas. We don't have any, we are no short of any topic or ideas. It's just the implementation part that we are lacking. So For example, I came in here, I said it in terms of the transacting in local currencies. It was for the first time the Pan-African payment system. It's called PAPS, introduced in Nigeria, in West Africa, that introduced being able to settle your trade in your own currencies. But look at it, BRICS took it and now it's popularizing it and it's implementing it. When it comes to Africa, we are not implementing it. We don't even popularize the ideas that we have. But perhaps really it's 2 years ago or something, it introduced the Pan-African payment system because African countries, to implement the African Continental Free Trade Area, were facing the problem of how do we transact, because everybody, for example, Ethiopia has birr, Kenya has shilling, Uganda has shilling. How do we trade? Nigeria has naira. Ghana has its cedi. How do we trade? Because countries are so accustomed to do it in foreign currency. Now they want to tackle that and they don't know. Then immediately PAPS came. The African children have innovated that system, but we are not doing it. Now BRICS is doing it, so we have to talk about BRICS. So we have to encourage also Africa to really implement in its ideas. I'm sorry about my voice, but that's it for me. This is why I came to update you. Apologies for my voice. And yeah, have a blessed day. Have a blessed Saturday, wherever you are. And please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give it a like if you like what bring you here. And let us know in the comment section. Share your view widely. Regarding what do you think of BRICS and these developments in BRICS as well. And share the video with others. If you want to help us further, you can find our PayPal account in our description section. So go ahead and donate to that. And more so, you can also help us by sharing our YouTube with others, empower each other with information and knowledge, and it helps us, our YouTube algorithm. And I will quickly give a shout out, the Juma Boutique. It has been long. Yes, thank you. Hopefully I will get soon. Good Saturday, yeah, for everyone. I wish that. Teresa Adams, hello. Last night you were here. Thanks again. Remy Nana, thank you. Yes, Africa Unite. Kwame Nkrumah, by the way, in his books, please go ahead and read those books by Kwame Nkrumah. There is nothing new we are talking about in these days. Not even our leaders, not even our geniuses, to get that economic freedom. He has written it some 50 years ago in his book. If you don't read it, do a favor to yourself in saving the next generation of Africa by giving those books a gift to your children, to your siblings, to your relatives, to anyone that you think really read those books. Give it as a gift. Trust me, you will thank me. Imhotep, hello, how are you? Compare BRICS Agenda 2024 and African Union Agenda 2063. But you are like an emoji of like this, meaning my comparing of that was wrong to you, or are you suggesting an idea to compare those? Let me know. Carol Aseberon, thank you very much for your donations. Thanks, it means a lot. Thank you again. Yeah, I'll try to do the good work. Hello, Zanpal. Imhotep again. Yeah, good morning to you all. Have a blessed Saturday and thank you very much. Any topics that you want us to talk, please go ahead and suggest to us. Darwin Evans, hello. Okay, no apology needed. Yeah, my voice, I don't want you to take it as a disrespect, but I will be here no matter what. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.